Dividing Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks for hanging out with us here on this Tuesday morning. Very brisk, very cold. High today, 41, with mostly clear skies. Tomorrow will be partly clear, 46, and then a lot of clouds coming up on Thursday and Friday, 47 for a high then. Apparently more stormage in the offing. That is sometime next week, from what I understand. We're not even going to try to guess about that because we're so far away from it. Anyway, hello, Valerie Vining.
Good morning. Welcome back, Richard.
Nice to be here.
Good
nice
to have
be
you.
anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Got in the truck this morning.
And what you got?
Little thermometer.
What did it say?
9.
9?
9. Now, my phone said, no, it's 16. And the truck was like fun it is. It's 9. I was like, okay. Got the thing going, got a little heat going, got the defroster on, got down the road. By the time I got here, it said 16. So it agreed with the phone finally. But it took a long time to get there.
That's some cold temperature, folks.
Yeah.
Again, we count our blessings this morning, do we not? Compared to some folks to the north and folks to the west of us. Looks pretty bad.
Everybody, excuse me.
Yes, hello. Whoa, see what happens? A couple days off and got to bring back those pipes, man.
Everybody that I know in Tennessee is struggling in one way or another right now. Everybody that I know in Mississippi, they tend to be around the Oxford area. That seems to have gotten hit so hard that they've got branches that are just coming off trees. I mentioned this last week.
It's going to look horrendous.
Talking about Alabama Tree Pros and how, the ice forms on these branches because there's cold air above and cold air below. And so the ice just really mounts up on them, and then they can't take it anymore and crack, they fall off. Lots of branches on the ground. It got so bad that the crews couldn't even begin to keep up with it. And they just started going, hey, everyone, maybe stay inside until we get all these branches cleaned up and get them off the road and stuff. That's bad.
It is bad. And the images, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with April Marie, who was filling in for you. Just some of the images that we've seen, not only from Nashville, but also from Oxford, are horrendous. And, once that ice melts off those trees and they really are going to be able to see what the final damage is, it's going to be bad. I mean, it already looks bad, but, you're talking about, 100-year-old trees where the branches have just all come off.
Yep.
It's going to look like a bomb went off in some areas.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And then another storm feasibly on the way. Looks like it's going to be more East Coast this time, but that'll be next week. If it
Keep
does,
it away from all of
happen.
us.
Yeah, that'd be good. We in the South, we're good for one of these every couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Then go away. Leave us alone.
And I act like we're in it. We're
not.
We dodged this bullet so much. I was looking at a temperature map yesterday. I just looked it up on a whim. I was like, well, give me a current temperature map across the United States right now. And that little tent that goes
right
over
over
Alabama, I mean, it's a little bit of the coast of Mississippi right there where the two come together.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the tent over the entire thing except for Huntsville and Madison and the northeastern corner of the state. Northwestern corner of the state get a little bit. And then, but it comes down, and then all of Georgia is like Alabama, God's blessed place.
I do not know how we, did not get some of, other than rain. But it was a good trial run. And I told you that this morning, that I was like, I turned on the gas fireplace last night just to kind of see how it would warm the room. It didn't warm the room. It does not warm the room.
Jack.
I would have been and again, I'm in a new place and trying to figure out things. I got to get on it now. I've got to figure out preparing for whatever is next. Because, we got a little ways to, another 6-7 weeks of winter, that sort of thing. But you know what? If all we have to complain about today is the coldness, we're in great shape, folks.
Significantly
we're
better
in great shape.
I mean, my friends in Oxford, they're all packed into one room. They have no power, okay? All packed into one room with a fireplace, and it's still only like 36 degrees in that room because it's 9 outside.
Yeah.
So
been there, done that.
The best they could do was get the fireplace to heat them up to the low to mid 30s. It's like, wow, you guys are, check into a hotel time. They're like, there's no hotel rooms open. Are you kidding me?
You can't do it. My experience, the 93 winter storm, I had some guests coming to stay at the house. Boy, did they regret that because I lost power. But I got firewood because I thought, it would be nice to have fire. We'll have a little snow on the ground, no big deal. And I luckily went and got a truckload of firewood. Had I not had that in my Helena house,
You would
a
have been
wood burning fireplace where
busting
we
up
could.
furniture. Sure.
Oh my
Yeah.
good. Oh my. And everything, all the other doors to every other room shut off as best that we could do that, and just did the living room. There's 6 of us, like having this slumber party. And I ran through Monday afternoon. I was done with the firewood, an entire
Wow.
truckload of firewood.
Because it was constant.
Yeah,
I mean, you kept
somebody
that thing
stayed up
going
all night
also.
long keeping the fire going. They were
Oh.
like, oh,
I was at
I
my
feel for those people.
I was at my in-laws' house for that, which is down in Prattville. We got it pretty bad down there as well. Not quite as bad as Birmingham, but pretty bad. And we were, we actually never lost power at their house. And they called some friends, and the friends were like, because, landlines, remember those kids? Landlines would still work despite the power being out because you didn't have to plug your phone into the wall or anything. You just had a regular
Called,
oven.
unless
Yeah.
unless the phone lines came down.
And they were like, oh, you should come over. We've got a fire going, and we're toasting marshmallows, and we're having s'mores, and it's a good old-fashioned time. And my mother-in-law says, well, we still have power. They're like, we're on our way. Oh, it's a good old-fashioned time right up until you find someone who has power, and then
That's
you're like,
right.
okay, we'll be there. We're cold. This sucks.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the temperatures, and again, going to be kind of chilly, maybe making into the 50s on Thursday and Friday, but Saturday's high, 27.
Yikes.
So there's another cold front of some sort that's coming through that's going to drop the temperature down. Where
Hello?
it's going to be uncomfortable. 16 the low,
Not a fan.
37 on Sunday,
Don't like it.
22 the low. So a couple of really cold days still to come for this weekend.
Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard, got the furniture for you at fantastic low prices. They are designer furniture at wholesale prices, They scour all over the country and all over the world and find the absolute best stuff, the stuff that's going to meet your needs. More importantly, they price it at something that is like, good to go. Let's send this stuff right out the door at a breakneck speed. They do have the occasional sale, but for the most part, they're not like the other furniture stores that like every other day is a sale. They have a new location, by the way, right there in Hoover. It's right next to 2nd and Charles, across from the Galleria. That's a Hoover-centric store. The Irondale store is more for kind of everybody and anybody, something that'll fit every decor at prices that you're going to love, and more in the basement. 18,000 square feet of showroom. Sorry, that's not true. 28,000 square feet of showroom. I just cut them off by 10,000. They'd really hate that. 28,000 square feet of showroom, plus more in the basement. And, the new place is absolutely stunning as well. You should stop by and check that one out. That is right next to 2nd and Charles in Hoover. Designer furniture, wholesale prices, 12 months, same as cash, and white glove delivery. It's all fantastic at my friends, Flipsy's Furniture. Only place I buy furniture from now on. Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard, and now next to 2nd and Charles in Hoover. 618. Talk 99.5, talk 99.5.com. It is Dixon and Vining with you here on Talk 99.5 on TV as well, youtube.com, Real Talk 995 TV. I meant to buy some new gas logs, ventless gas logs during the summer months, but I was tied up. You know, my daughter was living with me at the time, and we were doing a lot of stuff trying to get her back in the game, and so I didn't get it done. And why did I want to buy my gas logs in the off season? Because they're cheap. You buy gas logs when no one else is buying them. They'll virtually give them to you. Here, take this set of gas logs. Well, it works in reverse as well. That's why boats right now are really inexpensive at Rodney's Marine, because it is what we call the off season. Like I said, I got in the truck this morning. The temperature was 9. So when you go and you start talking about buying a Silver Wave or a Starcraft pontoon or Tri-Toon with Suzuki power at Rodney's Marine, they start talking about what a great deal you can get right now during the off-season. Incredible low monthly payments because they got that in-house financing. If you want to take advantage of it, you don't have to. There's other ways to finance if that's what you want to do. But really great low payments with Rodney's Marine, 25s, 26s, some used boats as well. All right there at Rodney's Marine in beautiful Cropwell.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You want to work with Rodney's Marine because they're going to take care of you from the time you purchase the boat till, you know what, you want to get another boat or upsize the power from Suzuki on those engines. Rodney's a terrific guy, and Kimberly's there working beside him and the guys that work on the boats back in the bay. It's a tremendous organization that loves helping folks because they love boats, they love lake life, and they want to make sure that you have a wonderful experience when you purchase your boat from Rodney's Marine. And we highly recommend these guys out on Lake Logan Martin, but they'll deliver that boat whatever lake that you're on. I know that we have some gorgeous lakes, Lake Martin south of us, and we've got Smith Lake to the north of us, and there are a lot of other lakes as well. So wherever you are, Rodney says, hey, we'll bring your boat out to you. And then if you need some accessories, well, they'll be happy to put those on, or you can get them at Rodney's Marine and put them on yourself. 525-1500. Follow Rodney's Marine on Facebook or visit their website. It is rodneysmarine.com.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Authorities with several police departments work together to assist the U.S. Marshals with their arrest of a wanted felony suspect last night. Hoover Police Department said the U.S. Marshals asked for their assistance in the arrest of a felony suspect, 1800 block of South Park Drive. That was along Highway 31. He was staying in an extended stay hotel down there. No word on exactly who this suspect was, but apparently he must have been a bad guy because they closed 31 for a pretty good portion.
Apparently he is one of Tuscaloosa's most wanted, taken into custody after an hours-long standoff. And they got this guy. He's 44 years old. His name is Thomas Rayburn Ferris, and they got him at the In-Town Suites, which is right there across from Tony's. If you have a hot dog or a hamburger, if you look directly across the street, In-Town Suites there. That's why they closed down Highway 31. But, man, my phone was blowing up last night with, hey, 31 is closed around Valleydale. Try to avoid that area. But this is why. The hours-long standoff at that hotel, and they didn't want, bullets to be flying. And here they go across 31. You got all that traffic and people in and around that Publix area. So they got their guy, 44-year-old rape suspect.
Wow.
Yep. Good job. And that took, Hoover, Pelham, Shelby County, Vestavia Hills, U.S. Marshals. That's how big this was last night.
Man, oh, man.
So congratulations.
It's nice to be wanted, isn't it?
Man.
Maybe not.
No, not that way.
Donald Trump said he had a call with Tim Walz that was very good and that they seem to be on a similar wavelength. Now, they're not really saying as much, but one of the things that Donald Trump alluded to was, look, what we're looking for is any and all criminals that you have in your possession. That's really what it comes down to. Here's the thing, guys. When you get these guys, and we're talking about the rapists, we're talking about murderers or attempted murders, we're talking about people who've assaulted others, we're talking about carjackers, we're talking about DUIs. When you have these guys, if you would just hold on to them, we will then come to the jail, we will pick them up, and we will take them away. We're doing this in Texas. We're doing this in Florida. We're doing this in other cities that are being compliant along with the ICE and Homeland Security. the reason it's a problem in Minnesota is that you get these guys, and again, rapists, okay, pedophiles, drunk drivers, people who have assaulted others, carjackers, really, really terrible people. They get them. They don't want to hold on to them because ICE might come take them. And so they go, well, we're going to give you a court date, but we're going to set you free until the court date so you don't have to worry about ICE coming and picking you up. And so you basically have these horrible people wandering around in society among us because Minnesota's more concerned about them getting picked up by ICE than they are about those people going out and raping more people.
And that is exactly the problem. And all of this could be handled so much easier. But President Trump has had that conversation with Governor Tim Walz. And let's hope that really maybe some changes happen. And that is that Minnesota starts cooperating.
That'd be nice.
ICE isn't going away. They're doing their job. And this is what they are trained and sworn to do. And that's exactly what they need to continue to do. The problem is Tim Walz and the mayor there in Minnesota is, let's take care of, or Minneapolis, I should say, the mayor there. They're not cooperating at all with ICE. If anything, they are helping some of what's going on with protesters and agitators and encouraging them to continue to do what they're doing. Hopefully, Tom Homan going in there and President Trump having that conversation, they can begin to get some cooperation. Hopefully.
You'll find posts on social media, most commonly things like X, where folks will say, well, Texas has far more illegal immigrants in it than Minnesota does. How come ICE isn't there?
Who said they're not there?
They are there.
Right.
They are there. They're just going to the jail and picking up the guys that were held on to. See how easy that is? You don't have to have riots in the streets. You don't have to have, and really, all you're really doing is putting yourself in harm's way. And in terms of Mr. Preddy, who was shot over the weekend, I can't help but think, what was your end game there showing up at this so-called protest with a gun? What did you think was going to happen? How did you think that was going to play out for you? What was the best case scenario in your mind that you show up having this gun in your possession? More than one, I think. You had a couple of magazines with them as well. And you're like, what was the hope there? What were you thinking? How did you think that was going to turn out? Because as you saw, it didn't turn out well, but it didn't have to be that way. You decided you were going to introduce a gun into this situation. It was a very bad choice on your part. However else this may have played out, you're not alive, okay? So somebody may end up going to jail for this or being on trial for this. Certainly an investigation is underway to see how all that played out. That's not going to bring Alex Preddy back. That was just some ridiculously bad thinking on his part. And kids, learn from it, okay? Airport officials in Maine said 6 people were killed when a private business jet crashed in a snowstorm at Bangor International Airport. According to the flight manifest, there were 6 people on the flight. No one from the incident was transported to the hospital. All the flights are presumed to be, all on the flight presumed to be deceased, said Bangor Police Sergeant Jeremy Brock. Initially, the FAA said 7 people died. 1 member of the crew survived. Federal officials said those numbers were preliminary, subject to change. This Challenger 600 is a Bombardier Challenger 600. It crashed on takeoff around 7:45. Heavy snow, by the way.
That's not
planes were still coming and going, by the way.
Yeah.
Planes were still coming and going at the Bangor International Airport when that happened. But this one it got off the ground a little bit, was sailing through the air, and then just came down like a ton of bricks. And unfortunately,
really tragic.
Fire after impact killed all 6 people. Hate to see it. Maybe stop and think for a second and go, do we really have to be there today?
Yeah, maybe just wait.
Yeah.
Maybe just wait till the weather gets a little bit better, because that's time and time again, it's weather related. I mean, we've seen helicopter crashes that way.
Yes.
Small planes crash that way.
Yeah.
Just wait. I mean, what's so important that you have to get there? And I understand people are like, well, it's a meeting, it's a this, it's a that, but we were talking lives here. So if you can delay it, especially with a snowstorm like that.
If there's one thing I discovered yesterday while I was not here, it's that I'm infinitely replaceable.
Aren't we all? We all are.
Not really a good feeling, to be honest with you.
It's not good, but that's life, right?
You can go ahead and just shunt you off to the side and throw somebody else in there in a heartbeat, Richard. Not a problem. Yeah, I know. It seems really important to you. It seems like it's a life or death situation, but it's not. It's a
Yeah.
life situation. Make the right choice. Don't take off in a Bombardier Challenger 600 in a snowstorm from Bangor, Maine. What a bad idea.
Yep.
You might think that it is the heat from your heater that's doing it. Anytime you're inside during a winter in the South, you got the heat on, and you think, oh, it's drying my skin out. That's a real problem. What it really is your water. Your water and the soap that you're using, drying your skin out horribly. Doesn't have to be that way. Having the right kind of water, Aqua Systems water, allows you to keep your own natural oils in your skin and your hair. Use less shampoo, use less soap, feel cleaner, get cleaner, get your clothes cleaner with less detergent, get your clothes softer with no fabric softener, get your dishes sparkling with no rinsing. Amazing what Aqua Systems water can do, all with one system, zero down, $60 a month, or 12 months, same as cash if you want to do it that way. They do it all at Aqua Systems, 383-3999. IWantGreatWater.com. Change your family's life with a new system from Aqua Systems. Just call and get a no-obligation presentation from Aqua Systems. 383-3999. IWantGreatWater.com. All right, coming up, Southwest Airlines is starting their new policy today.
Yeah, y'all listen up. Some of you might not like this new policy. Others are like, oh, that could work out very well for me. A little more elbow room. Maybe. Maybe not.
Also, Guy Fieri has a new look.
That is so bizarre. It looks a little like, can I just say, what was Pat on Saturday Night Live?
It's Pat.
He's got a little Pat look.
It's Pat.
I'm like, it's a terrible look.
It's not a
Guy.
good look.
Ooh.
It's all just done for a cause, a joke,
Yeah.
a commercial. We'll get into that a little bit later as well. Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com, and now on YouTube.com, Real Talk 995 TV. Check us out there, why don't you? Happy Tuesday. Written specifically for Aretha Franklin. Aretha wasn't sure about it. She looked at it. She said, I don't know that I want to sing this. And so Dusty Springfield jumped on it, had a huge hit. And then Aretha was like, okay, I guess I'll try. Whoopsie.
Sometimes you don't know,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not sure about it.
Well, it wasn't so much a question. It was like the content, you know,
Yeah.
because Aretha, of course, began as a gospel singer. Some great opera music as well. She does some wonderful.
Yeah, the preacher might not think
It's wonderful.
fondly of her if she sang
Right.
this song.
The son
like,
of a
wait a
preacher
minute.
man was a little questionable to her. And then it was like, you know what? You make me feel like a natural woman also.
Okay,
Probably
yeah,
not
well,
that
that would-
very, yeah, just saying.
Come on, there comes a point in your
Just
career. Toss caution to the wind. Go for it.
636 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. I never did watch the guy climb the tower on Friday.
Oh, my
Did you
gosh.
see any of it?
I saw a little of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how he did that.
Did he fall?
No.
Okay, well,
you would have heard about
spoiler
that.
alert.
Spoiler alert. He didn't.
You could have told me up front.
Yeah.
Like,
I
whole
kept
spoiler
thinking-
alert didn't fall.
There was a little bag of sorts. It was a little white bag, made it look like it made out of cloth, and it was on his backside, like attached to his belt. And I was like, well, what's in that? And I kept seeing him reach back there, almost like it was the powder for his
Chalk, yeah.
chalk, I guess you
Yeah.
would call it. And I was like, man, I thought for sure that maybe that was the backup parachute. That
Right,
he
a
could
little-
throw
little-
it out, you know,
little tiny
and
parachute that he
save his
could-
life. Yeah, something just to break the fall if he were to fall.
The ground would break
anything.
his fall.
Apparently
Well,
not.
sure it would.
I would have ended up with a splat.
Terrible.
It's not really the fall
No.
that kills you.
What
It's
The
what is-
landing.
the sudden stop at the
The
end.
sudden
That's the
stop.
real problem there. Yeah.
It's.
no,
I'm telling you, that's impressive, but I don't. You know, what all was involved with getting the check off to make sure he could do that? Because I mean,
in our lifetime, we have watched mountain climbing go from a sport that involved pitons and ropes and pulleys and all that stuff. And I remember fairly distinctly as a young man seeing a special about this free climbing that this guy had invented, that he showed up one day with a bag of chalk. He had bare feet, running shorts, basically, bare chest, and he climbed this massive mountain. He was just tired of all the equipment and everything. Now, I mean, people die doing this all the time.
yeah.
So it's
well,
not.
we don't talk about that too much.
No, we really don't. It's not really a great way to, because once you get all the way up there, then you go, oh, now we got to go back down.
Well, that was the next question. Yeah, how did he get down? Did you have to crawl?
I think that building had elevators. He probably just had to.
Not from
get
where he
inside.
was.
Just had to get
on the
inside
top of
and then-
that little
yeah.
spire thing with about 2 feet of space. I'm like,
Oh,
no, thank
Yeah,
you.
I was kind of wondering if anybody met him at the top or they just left
Yeah.
the door locked and said, you know what, you climbed up. Climb back
that's
down.
right.
Mm.
You made it this far. You can go back the other way. Go back. It is Dixon Dividing on Talk 99.5 ProLift Garage Doors, 286-9727. When you have a door problem, boy, especially in this weather, last thing you want is to have to fight with that garage door. Getting the emergency service from ProLift Garage Doors is the answer. You give them a call at 286-9727. You can say, look, I got a LiftMaster. I got a Genie. I've got a Sears. I've got whatever it may be. They work on all of them, okay? And they can fix all of them, whether that be replacing pieces or whether that be just, fixing what ails you and doing what needs to be done to make this thing operational once again. They're fast, they're effective, they're very skilled at what they do. I don't trust anybody else with my garage door. ProLift Garage Doors, 286-9727, the place to go, or proliftdoors.com on the web. Southwest Airlines has a controversial plus-sized passenger policy that kicks in today. Now, here's how it has been. If you show up and you are, how do I put this? A fatty boombalatti.
Subtle.
I think that's a. I don't want to get too technical with
I
you guys.
wasn't ready for that.
Technical term.
Oh my goodness.
And you
Patty Boobaloo.
you spill over the seat.
Yes.
If the flight's not full,
Yeah.
you can have that second seat for free.
Sure.
They're like, it's okay. No problem. But if the flight is full, you have to somehow buy a second seat. Like you have to
What if you can't afford it? What
well,
if you're like, I can't
yeah.
afford a second seat?
like get off the plane then.
You have to get off.
Fatty Boombalatti, you're gone. You're
Take that
outski.
little
You're
piece
outta
of
here.
rolling luggage with you
That's right.
too. I don't know
Mhm.
how you fit all your clothes in there, Fatty Boombalati.
That's right. What's in there? One shirt? Wow.
One pair of shorts,
Picking-
one shirt,
picking
and a
on-
pair of shoes.
Picking
I know
on the
this
obese.
would you
This is a red
just
letter day.
Stop
We should
it.
stop this.
We are going to get in so much trouble
So
today. Look, we're all, I mean, think about America as a whole.
Yeah.
Seriously. And the seats are still back from 1960 when everybody was skinny. Remember that?
Yes.
If you look at pictures of a group of people from 1960, even early 1970, right? Everybody's a normal body weight. You don't see anybody that's obese.
Well, let's say more people are. You always hear about this. Like there were no fat people in the.
Well,
you
there-
see pictures of
no,
people
I
at the
mean,
beach or whatever.
for the most part.
Right.
You know, there was
And
a
they'll
lot
say-
more normal bodied
Yes.
size people.
I agree. I know there were fat people. My parents were 2 of them. Actually, my parents were 6 of them. But that's neither here nor there.
Both gone, too, talking like that. Where's the lightning?
Mm.
Richard.
But
Did you ever call them Fatty Boomalati?
right to their faces.
Did you?
All the time. The problem here is you see those pictures of the beach and everybody's thin and good looking,
Yes.
and you go, "This is how things were back in the 1970s." I'm like, I know that's not true because,
Well,
like
McDonald's came along.
I said, I had fat parents, and I knew several fat people when I was a kid, so I know that there were
All
fat
right, let's
people.
go back to like
but
19,
they had shame.
1940.
They had shame. They knew
Yeah.
not to, let's go back to the 1920s.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth was a good-sized man.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can't say that these fat
he was
people
eating too
didn't
many hot
exist.
dogs at the
Yeah.
baseball
W.C.
games.
Fields, Fatty Arbuckle. There were fat people. They were just kind of an oddity, a commodity, a
But
weirdness.
in a general way, in a
Yes.
generalization,
Yes.
a lot of people were of the
40% of America right now is overweight, and a good portion of those people qualify as medically obese. Okay? So we're all going to go get on this plane, and some fatty boombalatti is going to sit next to you and spill right over into your seat.
It's happened to me.
Yeah.
I know it's probably happened to you.
Not fun.
No, because again, the seat itself, even for somebody of a normal weight and height, it's still a little snug.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Everybody admit those seats are a little,
Well,
I mean.
this is the airlines trying to get as
gee.
much money out of this
I
plane
understand
and
they're
flight
squeezing
as possible.
it. They again, sardines. That's what I compare it. I feel like I'm a sardine in a can sometimes when I fly.
Mhm.
And I would give anything, just, make it a little bit. I mean, here we are at home in our big loungers and we've got these comfortable sofas and we get in this plane and you expect me to sit here, legs, there's no place really you can't really stretch your legs out very much. Okay, Mr. First Class, don't get it.
I was going to say, see, it doesn't
But
happen to me
in a
because
regular seat,
Blah, blah,
and then
blah.
sometimes they want you to sit there think about this for a minute, over 3 hours.
Yes.
And then if you have an international flight, usually there's a little bit more room, but that's it's not good.
this is when you went to Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I had
And
a
you-
3-hour and 10-minute flight or
Right,
something.
and it was Southwest. as I
It was
recall.
Southwest,
Yeah, because there's direct flight.
Because I got
from
the
here.
Fatty Boombalati sitting
Yeah,
next to me with a sub sandwich.
Sadly, yeah, that's the problem.
And I
Is
was
that
like-
there is no first class on Southwest flights,
No,
right?
there is
Everything
not.
is
But it's the only flight
classless.
that was, I think, flying
nonstop.
nonstop. And
Yeah.
I was like, I want the nonstop
There's
flight.
a real plus to that, isn't
Yeah.
there? Like,
Oh,
okay, so you get on one place
look.
and you get off the other, and that's where where
Yeah.
we want to be. I love that. I hate the fact that I can't get a first class ticket on there because that is, you say I pay anything to keep a. Well, really, we'll pay for a first class seat then.
I
No, I'm
think
not
that's
doing that.
I think that's kind of where we're going with all of this.
Yeah,
That,
eventually.
again, if you have the means and you don't mind paying a few $100s more to have that comfort, pay for it.
Worth
Worth
every penny for me, anyway. Travelers who cannot fit between the seat's armrests will be required to buy a ticket in advance. Now you have to buy 2 tickets. The day you book your seat, you have to buy 2 tickets. Now,
So what if there's an empty seat?
if it turns out that the flight was not full and there was an empty seat, you can get returned. You can get refunded.
Oh,
for
good
that
luck.
seat.
Good luck getting that.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever airline it is, I'd like my money back on that seat. Oh, yeah, we'll get that to you at some point.
Yep.
Wink, wink.
That marks a stark change from the current customers of size mandate, which allows plus-size passengers to proactively purchase an additional seat with the option of being refunded later or request a free extra seat at the airport. Can I have a free extra seat? Only if the plane's not fully booked. Last couple of times I was on Southwest, by the way, we were so full they were bumping people.
Yeah,
I mean,
that happened.
they like to pack those things slap full. At one point, they were like, okay, anybody who wants a free flight, we'll get you on the next flight for this, and then we'll give you another free flight somewhere else, and we'll give you like this coupon for a free drink at the bar across. I was like, man, if I didn't have to be home right now, I would
do
so
that,
take that
yeah.
off. I'd be in line right there. But I got something I got to do right as soon as I get off this plane. So no such luck. 646 with Dixon and Vine. And Guy Fieri undergoes a fairly major change. We'll discuss it next. .650 Talk 99.5 Talk 99.5.com. I should mention that the Cash Domino Killers are scheduled to play Sugar Creek Music Club this coming Saturday night. We had a practice on Saturday that was fantastic. It was amazing, fantastic. Everybody's talking about how good it was. really, after 10 years of doing this, I think we may have it down. We may have an idea of what we're doing.
I think you've had it down for a while, Richard.
I think we
I think you guys are pretty phenomenal.
We're doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So come on out and check us out. Go look online, Sugar Creek Music Club, if you'd like to find out more. It's up in the Hayden area. So if you are north of the city, it'll be convenient for you. If you're from Alabaster, you're going to go, yeah, it's a 2-hour drive. I'm not doing that. And I get that. I understand. Guy Fieri ditches the blonde spikes and goatee for a dramatic new look.
It sure is dramatic.
Dun, dun, dun. It's funny. It's actually an ad for Bosch.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it has to do with the Bosch shavers or what. Bosch does they make a lot of appliances.
Bosch has got a dishwasher, yeah.
Yeah.
They make plenty of appliances.
They make some really good appliances. Some of the top of the line.
If it's that Bosch.
Appliance. So that's the Bosch that I understand, Bosch, right?
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a teaser ad right now showing Guy Fieri standing there. He's kind of heavy again. He took off a lot of weight for a while, and he looked pretty good. He's put some weight back on. And he's being approached by somebody with an electric trimmer coming for the beard.
Yeah.
And then the teaser ad says, Super Bowl Sunday. Gives the date. I don't know what the date is. It's going to be the Seahawks and the Patriots, right?
I believe.
Wow.
It will be.
Mm-hmm.
Is that exciting to anybody aside from Steve?
Orlando.
Orlando's excited about it?
He's a Seahawks fan.
Okay, good.
Popped his head in yesterday, said, guess it's again you against me.
Excellent. All right. Good times.
Does Guy Fieri's new look like he's the dad in the Wonder Years?
Yes, he looks just like that.
He got a little bit of that going for him.
He's got a little of John Goodman.
Got
There's
that?
some John
Got a little
Goodman
of that
going.
too, yeah.
I would, if you put Pat from Saturday Night Live, John Goodman, and the dad,
Dan
you
Lauria
probably,
was his
yeah.
name. Dan Lauria.
You
He's still around.
probably have an image of what he would look like.
Dan Lauria had the most interesting story. He was on with John Ed and the Breakfast Club years ago. I don't remember what it was they were promoting, but he mentioned that he was in Central Park in New York City, and he saw John Lennon. And he was like, oh, God, I want to go talk to John Lennon so bad. Like, I don't really know how to begin to approach a Beatle. I'm just really kind of freaked out about the whole thing. And he's like, he's going to walk away before I ever get the chance to get the nerve up to actually go talk to him. Next thing you know, Lennon's standing right beside him. He says, excuse me, are you Dan Lauria? He says, yeah. He says, Yoko and I watch Days of Our Lives every afternoon. We love you. We think you're fantastic. He was on a soap opera at the time. And John Lennon and Yoko Ono were like soap opera addicts. They
really
watched
funny.
2 solid hours of soap operas every afternoon. It's like,
gracious.
wow, I didn't have to approach him. He approached me. Pretty weird. This is clearly a wig, right? That
God, I hope so.
guy's got,
I don't know.
because that's just far too much hair
It's a lot of
compared to the spiky blonde stuff that he has. Shaving off the beard and mustache certainly gives him a whole new look.
Is that not just amazing? The
His
difference
eyebrows are the same color. You know,
Yeah.
his eyebrows are brown. He obviously bleaches the hair and
But,
pulls the
you know,
spikes out.
Is this really him, or did they digitally do a whole bunch of things like, he looks a little heavier?
Yeah.
But he did have a fall recently. He had a
Yes.
fall and
Yeah.
he broke something, and he was in a wheelchair, so he wasn't very mobile.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what some of the weight gain is.
I think some of it also has to do with the clothing. You know, he usually wears those fairly loud, like Hawaiian type shirts.
Yeah.
And he's got rings on his fingers and all that. Here he is wearing a plaid shirt, a pair of khakis with a belt. I mean, he looks like every suburban loser dad you've ever met.
Oh.
You know, I'm sorry. There's just no other way about it. He just is. You're like, oh, golly.
But is that not amazing to show you that you could have this look,
Mm-hmm.
or you could have the real guy look? He spikes his hair and he adds some stuff and he wears different clothes. Is it not amazing that this is potentially the same person with just some changes in your hair, cut and color, or what you're wearing? It's just amazing. This guy looks 65, and Guy could be 45.
If he wants to travel incognito, this would be a good way to do it.
Oh,
That'd
absolutely.
do it.
It
I
would.
wouldn't give him a second look.
Yeah.
Maybe put a pair of glasses on just to really confuse
Yeah,
people.
yeah. They would never know
Or
it's
rim
him.
I mean,
glasses.
if he
You would
walked,
never know.
if he walked down the hallway looking like that, I would think he was a new salesperson.
Right, you
Absolutely.
feel
I would
like-
never.
I would not have thought Guy Fieri.
Now, I don't. If he started talking in his mannerisms, maybe we'd. And his voice is very distinct.
Yes.
If those things were going on, you might be able to. But if he was just quiet and walked down the hall, I would have zero idea that this is Guy. No idea. It's a terrible look. Go back to your old way, Guy. Please go back. Go back. Get in the Camaro.
I think he did
Get
it
your
just,
hair back.
did it just for this commercial.
It's awesome.
Just for this Super Bowl commercial, and
Oh.
it's he'll be right back where he belongs to.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the Jeff joke of the day?
Bring it on.
All right. I'm really excited for the amateur autopsy club I just joined. Wednesday is open mic night. Open mic.
I see what he
Open
did there. So,
mic.
okay.
Nice. Oh, you gave him a
Yeah.
wow.
Mhm.
All right.
Not his best, but I see what he did there.
Brian says we had snow flurries in Gardendale. Thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah, we had a lot of yesterday morning. At one point, everybody was hitting us up. It's snowing, and it was like every city across Jefferson and parts of Shelby County yesterday.
Joe says, Richard, is it true the occupants of the private jet that crashed in Maine were plaintiff attorneys representing illegal aliens from Houston, Texas? The plane belonged to a law firm from Houston, Texas. I don't know if the people inside were lawyers, and I certainly don't know if they represented illegal immigrants. I know that they were on their way from, get this, Bangor, Maine, to an airport near Paris, France. So they were going to fly all the way across the Atlantic,
Whoa.
which probably has something to do with why the crash created a fire. That was a lot of fuel. They had a lot of
Yeah,
fuel in
they
there
were full.
to make it across the ocean.
Mm.
So, that's not good. I don't know what Patrick is saying with this. He said this at 6:36. Was there something in the news that I could miss? If a restaurant makes me throw up once, shame on them. If they make me throw up twice, shame on me. Told them we should have went to Chubb Fathers.
Oh.
I don't know who he's talking about.
don't know,
Or what he's
so-
talking about.
Tell the people at the
Maybe
restaurant.
He
then?
went to a restaurant and
It made
it
him
didn't
throw up
work
again.
out, and
Shame
now
on him.
he regrets not going to Chubb Fathers.
I agree.
Hey, they're serving breakfast, folks.
They
Get over
are.
there.
Starts
Really?
Should be open
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Get you some
Assuming that
yum
they-
food in Alabaster.
Man, oh man, I want to try their
I
breakfast.
would love that.
I want to try their.
Mm-hmm.
Richard is back. I work out and it's cold, says Jay. Thanks for the heads up, Jay.
Glad
I work out.
he
and it's
reminded you
cold.
you're back.
I did not know that.
Well, maybe
Little
listening
man.
to you takes his mind off the cold. Well,
Could be. Casey says, think they could put some plus size seats in the plane and charge per that seat. They do. It's called first class, Casey. That's most planes. They have first class. I imagine they could put maybe they put a bench seat in the back of the Southwest plane, and they go all right, you
it's
can
like the
fit,
back of the bus.
yeah, you could fit two people on the big bench.
Now make
seat.
it worse. Make sure they're bleacher seats and they're the
Bleacher
metal.
seat. Wow.
Yeah, metal
Oh,
bleacher
wow.
seats.
Ouch.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
Or,
go,
for that
you
matter,
know,
just fly Frontier.
I'll tell you what. Just take the
True.
seats out and make them sit on the floor.
Be like a
we'll strap you
cargo
down.
jet.
It'll be all right.
I don't mind sitting in the back of the plane, mostly because you never hear about planes backing into a mountain, you know?
No, you never do.
Yeah.
And that's why, hey, maybe we could get to a point where they really would put like a lazy boy, where you could actually, had a little warming area and you can put your feet out and get all warm and relaxed. Wouldn't that be nice?
I think that's called a private plane. That's
oh,
what
yeah,
you're looking for.
A private jet.
You're looking for a private jet, and
Maybe
they
so.
don't.
They don't do
have
that.
those. They're not going to be doing that
Okie dokie.
anytime soon. Sorry, telling you, try first class. Once you do, you'll never go back.
I
You'll
think
be
I've flown
like,
it
well,
one time.
Yeah.
One time. My sister and I forgot we may have been going to Miami. Flew first class. And it's lovely. I mean, you've got a little bit more room. It's nice.
a little bit more room.
Yeah, a little more room.
Tell you what, when I flew to Dublin first class, and I got to go back and look at what steerage was made of,
Ooh.
I was like, oh,
Yeah, if
so
I'm
happy
flying
I spent
over
the extra.
an expansive ocean,
Yeah.
I need more room.
You're going to want that little apartment that they give you.
Yeah, that would be
It's
nice.
really nice.
Yeah,
You got your little TV. You got a nice little desk area over here. You got
that's
storage.
lovely. Yeah,
All kinds of stuff
What's that
going
run
on
you?
there. A lot more.
a lot.
A good bit more.
What, $1,000 one way, couple grand.
Couple of grand for the round trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, I
Worth
imagine.
every penny. 7 o'clock, straight up Dixon Dividing Talk 99.5 Talk 99.5. DXN.com. We will get into the 3 things you need to know, plus DOJ charging people in ATM jackpotting